Hello there, and welcome to episode 51 of Koganaros, the Fortress by the Sea. And today we are going to complete this pillar, I hope. And I totally want to get my pump stack constructions further, but in all honesty, I expect us to go for other things that will happen in between. This mega project is what it is. As a mega project, you get it step by step done, and that's what we're going to do. I'm very happy to see that with the big culling of the livestock last episode, I have finally regained some FPS. It's always really brutal how much FPS a pasture like this is eating if it is overcrowded, because then you have a lot of animal interactions per second, as it seems, or per tick, I don't know. But either way, I always felt like this is doing a lot of slowdown. I don't know if I'm right about that. Would love to hear your opinions. Now, we have finally the screw pump here done. So, let's see. That part is finished. I mean, the worst case scenario, if the energy transmission will be a problem with this angle, the worst thing that could happen is that I would need to build a little bit of a narrow point here where the pump stack has a screw pump that faces like this way. It would make a narrow spot on the bridge, but I could just draw a couple of walls and create a cavity where the water will enter the system. We'll see about that. This is one of the things that I didn't take into account when I started creating this, but that's the really cool part about it, is you learn so much in this game the longer you play things like these. And that's also one of the reasons why I decided to not skip parts of this process, because I really feel like your own mega project in your own fortress will surely benefit from my many mistakes, blunders, and problems that I run into. So it's basically a story of mistakes being made so you don't have to make them. Also, I'm trying to be as entertaining as possible, of course. Speaking about which, let's check back with our city. Last episode I've made some really cool add-ons, but the green glass thingies, they really look crappy. We're going to replace them with cobaltite. So this is really cool what I created here. It's really looking fancy. And these guys, I want them made out of gneiss. So they got the same color there. Alright. Since we're worshipping a god of minerals here, I felt like this would be a pretty fitting way to decorate this place. I don't have altars. Oh boy, look at this beautiful place. It's a Grand Guild Hall by now, for sure. We got artifacts on the display here, which is kind of foolish, but we can also do a wee bit of a construction. Let's do this. So we're going to create gem windows. So we're going to make them green glass, though. I know it ain't as valuable as, but whatever. So these windows will keep the trophies safe. It is not as good as having them accessible for all the dwarves, because now the people can't directly interact with them anymore. That is sort of a nuisance for the dwarves, but I don't mind. You know, these are the crown jewels of our crafts dwarf ship, and I feel like we should be protecting these, and this is just the way to go. And it also looks nice. Alright, just like I thought, this is way better this way, so we might as well get our royal engraver going. Silab is going to have a good time with these. Which also reminds me that I wanted to check the art here. Oh yeah, I hate it when that happens. So we got the appointment of the manager. I mean, this is also kind of a tragic situation, because I think this is a person who doesn't live anymore. I think she drowned. That was a duchess, if I remember correctly. So Another goblin killing that has been documented. I don't know why they do this so much, but I guess they really just love killing goblins. And who am I to judge? So, the passing of a donkey in the scholarly waters. I wonder if this is all happening because of a bug that I had to battle while I was retiring and re-enabling fortresses. The problem is just that sometimes my save folder was unwilling to let me start a new fortress on the map. And then I had to delete a lot of files to reset the process, and I wonder how much information the game has lost in the course of these things. So finally, I wanted to do this the last episode all along, but I forgot it. So we're going to pull the lever here because I want the hatches on the bridge finally open again, so people can take shortcuts when they want to do construction again. But I wanted to have them all linked because obvious reasons, right? So, oh, let's see. No, I won't touch this platform. I won't touch this platform. I really am always tempted to issue new work orders on top of the old work orders, ignoring the fact that I'm actually slowing down everything this way. It's just like terribly hard for me to keep my fingers still because the the work processing system is just not capable of getting things done the way I want them to be done. Gotta say, that metalsmith skill hall is looking badass. I love it. We could improve, surely. There's room for improvement, but this is, considering that they have their workspace here, a really, really nice place. And we got the alley leading to the various temples of Koganaros. I gotta say, this place is looking nicer and nicer. The only thing that I'm displeased with is the very sterile way I designed the hallways. It's very regular and boring. I'm quite happy that I at least had some things happening like these here, but every fortress is an improvement. I really noticed that the more I play this game, the more beautiful I think my fortresses are. Although, at the end of the day, that's never an objective thing to say. What is beautiful? What's not beautiful, you know? It's always in the eye of the beholder, I dare say. Speaking about beauty and such things, I do notice that my supply of rock salt is entirely depleted. Or is this rock salt? I bet it is. No, it's magnetite. We finally have processed successfully all the magnetite. Jeez. So it's about time to dig out some new stuff. Hell yeah. Am I right? I mean, we have by now more than 1,000 iron bars at our disposal to work with, so that should get us somewhere. But yeah. It's time for the next set of walls. Yay. Alright. Gotta say, this is... I love this fortress. I already can't wait to go for the next one at the same time. That's a very weird feeling. I want to get done as fast as possible, but at the same time I'm enjoying myself terrifically here. That's a very Dwarf Fortress feeling. Can't wait to get to the next part, but oh boy, this part here is so much fun. So, let's see, are the hatches open again? Yes, they are. So I really hope that this might speed up the building of the screw pump, but we're not going to leave anything to chance here anymore. So we're going to create ourselves a stockpile zone for various goods that we need. So we need trap parts here. It's very, very weird. I need everything. Do I? Yeah, and then we need here everything, and then here none. Don't know, that's not important. Enormous corkscrews. There we go. So that's one part of what we need here. Then we're going to pick up... Ah, well. No blocks are in the vicinity. I don't need extra block storage here. That's nonsense. And the Pipes. What are these again? Where do you find these? I sometimes hate this so much. So, what are pipes again? Pipe sections. They're, for some odd reason, a piece of furniture. Good. So, these things are here. And that means we need to go back into the fortress and tap into the furniture stockpile. As soon as I find it again, that is. Ah, here. That convoluted, sorry mess. So we take from here. That's these. There's pipe sections. But the corkscrews, I honestly don't know where we are storing these. Are we actually storing any of these? I mean, I did order them at the glass furnaces, so yeah, they have to be stored somewhere. Yeah, that's when the really interesting things come into play. But luckily, we can check it out. Ah, yeah, here. So that's the stash that I'm navigating towards to. Because if I don't order these to be picked up there, my bridge stockpile will most likely remain empty. But, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious what I'm pulling together here. We have the blocks down here. We have the screw pump materials down here. The idea is that we don't need to carry the material for a too long period of time. Too much space. Alright, whatever. Now, the pillars are going to be much wider than we actually needed them to be. That's one other thing that I realize. Now that the whole pump stack thing is seeing some more completion, so to say, I do notice that I will need only 60% of the existing room, but whatever. I rather have room left to make fancy decorations there, or, don't know, prison, whatever. I don't know. You get the idea. Alright. Oh, I love this. So, I am confused. I think the windows were made before. Must remove construction. So yeah, I know what happened here. That's probably the planning tool's fault. Let's retry that. Basically, I don't know though. We'll see. So let's retry that. Because that's not exactly how I imagined them to look like. That's a bit of a crappy look. Okay. Today I'll learn about windows. I do know, though, already that these... No, well... that shouldn't look like that. Alright. I'll do some research some other day. That's really sad. I'm really, really sad about this. Maybe if I... No, you don't see anything anymore. Let's make them visible again. Wow, I even made the glass window unselectable with this thing. Alright. Yeah, well, let's leave that bug-ridden place and see what we can do. Maybe if I make it out of proper gemstone, that bug won't occur anymore. But at this point, I don't know. Anyways, I do see that we're getting somewhere here. There's really not much left on this tab here. And look, even the deconstructions are finally getting done again. Hell yeah. I mean, we had a really, really brutal task here. There was... Oh, whoopsie. there was a lot of gabbro to be excavated here, and that took its time. But, well, all this excavation also means always that our haulers are more busy than usual, and that just halts the entire process in the fortress a tad bit. But it is as it is, I don't mind. We're getting somewhere here. And I do think I want to expand my Dolomite adventures a tad bit. Check this out, there's so much room. Can't dig all that out. Alright. Currently my Dolomite stockpile isn't too depleted, but there's still a lot of things to get done. We need the stairwells for this insanity here still, and all the pavement blocks as well, so there's more than enough work to fetch boulders for. I get here and I deconstruct this. The next one deconstructs that, and the third one deconstructs this. They always work like this. This is one of the AI behaviors that I somehow really hate, but at the same time, I do accept it because it is just the most effective thing that we're going to get here. And why are these two pieces of floor not assigned? Yeah. If I'd know. So, and Vukar is slipping into depression, or haggard man. So, I don't know why he's not praying to his god that he wants to pray to. I even made him a nice looking fancy temple. But, yeah. That's the ungratefulness that I have to deal with. So, yeah. We're going to try and construct... yeah, no, you need to make glass windows first. So we're going to make a gemstone window now out of... let's see. Do I have lots of... Let's use a green gemstone instead and see where that'll lead us. I mean, I'm quite happy that we have the local crazy guy now, which is pretty cool in all regards. And we got a storage area for the screwball parts. This will expedite the construction of all that stuff massively. I know how these things work by now. Alright, but what makes me most happy is that I'm finally getting the opportunity to remove these areas here, and I mean, what we got here already is, in my humble opinion, quite impressive. The only thing that's making me really worried is if I will accidentally flood my power generation area and how that will go if it does. Water is fun. I mean, at the end of the day, maybe these pathways will stay forever dry. It's become a monument for the hubris of the Towers of Age. But at the same time, gotta say, finally I made it that my civilization is going to leave a serious dwarvish landmark on the map. That's pretty cool. It's also the first world that I'm playing for that long, and yeah. Never had 32 years in the world locked in. I wonder what kind of things will happen that I don't foresee yet when you play a world really long. Hell yeah, they're getting it done today. Damn. Lovely. That's so freaking good. So we're going to do a little trick to expedite the whole thing with the walls. So let's see here. But there it is, open space, exactly. So these areas, we're just going to construct floors at these corner steps. This way, once these floors are constructed, I'll be capable of building the walls that I want, because it's really always just the corners where the game books out. This might look a little bit silly, but it could be that when I'm building the other tower, this little slight tiny measure here might actually save me so freaking much time. Maybe not with this tower anymore, because here we're already pretty much completed in many areas, but there's still a lot of levels to get done with. Because if there are floors in these corners, they definitely will be able to build the walls on these corner blocks. That's at least the idea behind it. Let's see how well that'll work. Because now that there are almost no work orders anymore, I'm pretty confident that these guys here will get done quite quickly. Alright. I'm honestly amazed. I keep being amazed about how much detail work I can invest into this whole thing here. I didn't expect it to go that far. And while we're at it, Silop can decorate this area here as well. And I think I'm going to order me a new suite of golden altars. Let's do this. So we're going to order furniture, iron altars, and where are they? Gold altars. They are not furniture? Oh, yeah, I love this. So, never mind. I mean, I need to check it in here anyways. So 10 iron altars and 10 gold altars. Gotta make those temples fancy. Silop, where are you actually, man? So he's currently goofing around and making crafts. So he is the royal engraver. It is time that he stops to do unnecessary things and starts doing important things that are according to his rank and his status in Dwarven society. You're no longer the man that makes rock pots, Silop. Or maybe making the picture of a dwarf making a rock pot. Okay. So these construction orders, of course, they aren't done yet, so I need to wait until these are through. It may be one day in the far-fetched future somebody will build that screw pump. Who knows? Certainly not me. And let's see if the royal engraver is still busy making rock pots. So he obviously needs to get that last job done before he's happy about that. He was frustrated after being unable to acquire something for too long. I really don't know why they are unable to acquire things if they constantly sit in the finished goods stockpile, but I heard the trick for that was to relocate the stockpile. So we're going to try this. I'm not sure if this is really a thing, but we're going to paint the area into this, and then we're going to delete the area here. So everything will be getting picked up once and transported down here. And I heard that this does trigger the dwarves to pick up the boxes, and when they pick up the boxes, everybody who wants to acquire an object will just pick it up, and that should satisfy that need. I don't know if it really works that way. I only know that I read that somewhere on the Dwarf Fortress Reddit. Alright. Well, that was only a short-lived success there. Okay. What are these dreary places? So These are supposed to be shrines. I get a little bit sad. Let's give them at least some engravings. That's also the reason why I ordered these altars, because I really am unhappy with the state of affairs. Yeah, alright, so gem windows made out of proper gemstone are properly gemming around. Okay, so let's remove the sad glass windows here. Or just a travesty of a window. Seriously, look at them. That looks crappy. And we're going to do proper gem windows. I mean, at least I have enough green gems to do this. And obviously we're fetching in some fresh gemstone also with our big mining projects. That's always the nice side effect of acquiring lots of boulders for your building project. You do get a lot of the other goodies as well. Alright. The only difficult part now is to see where they are already done and where they aren't. Jeez, seriously, can we finally get that construction going? It is, for me, sometimes really weird to understand the preferences of my dwarfs. A rock coffer ain't a coffin. Stop it. Oh, one of my people has been possessed. That's the worst kind of artifact, but whatever. Still hasn't grabbed a workspace. But we do have all of the workplaces available, so eventually it should work out. Well, whatever might be the reason for that screw pump taking forever, it is as it is. I can't change it, I guess. So... a masterful bed. Yeah, that's totally what we need to commemorate here for all eternity in the stone. Oh, okay. I think here this guy might need some help. Yeah. Ah, raw green. So, typical situation. Probably should get me some raw green glass in the stockpiles, huh? It's now the second time that this stuff is requested, and therefore we're going to put it on the tabs. So it cannot be forgotten anymore and cannot make any problems. So for some reason my drink stockpiles aren't depleting anymore. Let's see if I can forage again now after all these nasty little trees are gone. Things should be better, are they? Is the nature now better off without all those pesky trees? So, I mean, I'm trying to forage in the late winter. I guess that might be also part of the problem, but... let's see. He's now running, and we're making raw green glass, so... I hope I will not forget this poor little fella. So, and now let's finish this. Gotta say, those gemstone windows are really cool, especially since you can mix the colors if you want to. You don't need to make them uniform as I do here. They can have various gemstones inside. Okay. I felt like if I cannot speed up the process on the work site there, I might as well get started with the beautification of my temples. It's the best thing that I can think of right now while we're just waiting. There we go. On the other hand, I don't want to make it sound too bad. There's always something fun to do. There's always some fun little project popping up. I really enjoy this fortress a lot for it. And now that the lengthy work orders are seeing completion more and more, I mean, yeah, they did it. They did it everywhere. So let's see if it works out now. This is the last piece of floor that's missing. Okay. So after this thing has been placed down, I want to do an experiment. So let's do this. I do realize lately that the combination of these things of these tools is probably the best way to go. Like the DF Hack Planner and the classical tool, and yeah, see, these wall pieces now get stopped and the corners get preferred. I tricked the system, friends. I just have to realize that I did more platforms than necessary. One platform on each corner would have been enough. Don't need two on each corner. Duh. But whatever. Sometimes you just want to be really safe and really sure that it works out as intended. Nice. So that finishes this whole freaking tower, friends. The tower is finished. Can you believe that? The pump stack ain't finished, but the pump stack is something that I hopefully will need not too many episodes anymore for. Don't think that this will take too long. Alright, so I'll end today's episode at this point. We are at an excellent point here. I do love what's happening, especially the slow and steady beautification of the fortress here. I mean, this is one of the most prestigious guild halls that I've ever made. I like it already. So feel free to tune on in next time again. We're going to have some good times there. Leave me your comments. I love to hear back from you. And of course, feel free to leave a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already done so. And of course, feel free to check out Patreon, PayPal, and buy me a coffee. And I want to say a big thanks to everybody who already does, because you guys are really helping me out so much. So, thanks for watching this video. I thank all those people who watched through the final ad roll, and let's see what we're going to run into next time. Have a good time until we meet again.